How are you?
I am. I'm very good. I'm cold.
You're cold? I feel warm when I talk to you, so that's the difference between you and me.
Hopefully you will warm me up.
That is my goal. At the end of this interview, that is my goal. Now, you're up in Vancouver shooting on the 4400, right?
Yes, I'm wandering around a car lot amongst all our trailers, and I have curlers in my hair, and I've got a
beautiful
little ball. I'm throwing a ball for my dog.
You are multitasking.
Wow, that's awesome.
She's multitasking.
Now, what's the dog's
name? She's learning her lines. She's doing her hair. She's playing with her dog. She's ready for...
Herschel, come.
Gee, and you know what?
His name is Herschel.
Herschel. Nice.
Yes.
It makes sense. A girl named McKenzie has a Jewish dog. Is he circumcised? Did you go all the way with it?
No, but he has been neutered.
Oh, jeez. He has been neutered. Well, see, circumcision doesn't sound so bad now, does it? You went all the way with it.
It certainly does not.
I'm sounding like I'm like an agent. I just want to take 10%. You whacked them all away. That's not very nice. Wow. So we've got a lot of people on the board here. You know, it's a radio broadcast over the internet, but there's people who are on here to so they will ask questions, and we might incorporate the questions if they're any good. Okay. And there's people saying that they love you.
Oh, that's lovely.
And by the way, we have some of your paintings that we have a photo function here, so we have lots of your paintings up. These images are absolutely beautiful. When did you start painting?
I started painting about 3.5 years ago, and I was actually on a film set, and it was a very, very low-budget Australian show, and we had to basically get our own wardrobe together, do our own makeup, and dress the sets. And there was one particular set that had to be an artist studio, so the director basically said anyone who had two hands had to pick up a paintbrush and do a painting. And so I did it, and I just got hooked. I loved it, and I've been really painting ever since.
Well, let me just interject something, because Elo and Jilly are on the board, and they're saying to tell you that they are here, if that means anything to you.
Who is it?
I don't know, but there's people here that apparently are big fans and are saying put some fur on her woots. I don't even know what that means.
Oh, okay, that's Jamie John.
All right. So you're getting inside messages here.
I must do. I have some friends from MySpace, and they are absolutely wacky.
All right. Jamie John wants to know why you gave her painting away.
Well, I actually didn't give it away. I painted it for my mother. It was the first painting I did, and it was called Poppies for Robin, and Jamie John has seen it on my website and is doing everything in her power to manipulate me emotionally to give it to her, but I can't. It's already given away.
Well, let's get back to the painting for a second, because, I collect art, and I went nuts when I saw the paintings. And where do you go to? Are they for sale, or you just give them to friends?
No, as I just said, I didn't really know what to do with them because it was a hobby, and so I was painting when I was on location. I have a little portable paint easel, and I basically didn't really know what to do with them once I painted them, so I started sending them home to my mum. And the last lot I sent to her, she said, "Listen, Jacqueline, I've got no more wall space. You're going to have to find somewhere else to send them." So I have them in my own house now. I just recently got a house in LA, and they're all over the walls there now. And but it was interesting because I met up with a really, really famous, legendary Australian rock band this week. They're in town going to the South by Southwest Festival. And one of the musicians there has a gallery in Melbourne, and he has offered me an exhibition, so that's really exciting.
Well, that's great, but I don't want you to have the exhibition before I get to look at some of the paintings, because there's a couple of paintings there that I really like. Promise me?
Really?
Promise me!
All right, which one do you like? It might be available.
Well, to be honest with you, there's several paintings there that I like. I love the one with the two men that are looking at the candle burning. That, I think, is really...
Oh, right, yeah.
It's different.
It's really strange because I don't know how... If you gave me a pen and paper and told me to draw someone, I absolutely couldn't do it. Basically, how I paint is I get a sponge and put some paint on it, literally, and basically cover the white canvas, and then I stand back and see what I can see, much like you see images in clouds. And basically all I see are people. I don't see trees, and I don't see, cars. All I see are people. Maybe it's because I'm an actress. But and I had been reading the biography of Van Gogh when I painted that one, and I thought, and I was so upset by the end when I found out that Van Gogh had basically, killed himself and was basically committing suicide and didn't want his brother to find out where he was, and said, no one's to tell my brother where I am. And the brother found out anyway and managed to find him in some remote town somewhere in France and go back and share a last pipe with him. And as the brother and the brother's wife were just so wonderful to Van Gogh during his life. They used to send him paints and, basically keep him afloat. And then I painted that painting, and I thought it might have been the Van Goghs. I thought it might have been Theo and his wife.
Well, I really like that painting. There's a couple others that I really like, but you're not feeling down about yourself. You wouldn't off yourself because you've got a show that people seem to really love on the 4400 on the USA Network. What days of the week is that show on?
It's not on at the moment. It airs. It'll be coming back. Our 4th season will be coming back sometime in June, I believe.
Okay, well, great. Oh, and someone's asking about how is the Van Gogh Museum?
It was absolutely stunning. I went to the one in Holland, the Netherlands, Amsterdam, in fact. And
hard to believe he only sold one painting in his entire life.
I know, unbelievable. And some of the paintings, he was so stitched for $1 that sometimes he had to paint on the reverse of the canvas. So he has paintings on either side on some of them.
They didn't have situation comedies and television shows where you could supplement. You don't have to be a starving artist. You can do your art and give them to whomever you want. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is very cool. I'm very, very fortunate. And who knows, maybe one day I will have to damn well sell them because I don't have a show to go back to.
No, but you'll have other things to go to. You'll have other things to go to. Tell us what's coming up this season on the show and what you're doing, and tell the people who aren't familiar with the show what the show is about.
It's about 4,400 people who have gone missing over the years from about 1930s to the present day. And they basically have been marked as cold cases, and they seem to be unrelated. So, someone's mother might have gone missing in 1940, and the family believed, she ran off, or someone's, they've committed suicide. But basically they're cold cases. And one day, 4,400 of these so-called cold cases turn up, and they're the same age they are when they left or when they went missing, and they're wearing the same clothes they were wearing when they went missing.
Hey, that's half the computer geeks here wear the same clothes day after day. But that's a whole nother story. These guys are so excited. The sci-fi girl from the 4400 is going to come on. They actually changed their clothes. They're very excited. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I digress. Go ahead.
No. So what happened is, hang on, my dog is eating goose poo. Russell, come here. Russell.
That's gotta take a...
You know when he does that, grab him by the tail and whack him across the nose. That's the proper etiquette up in Canada. That's what they do up there. Is he a Canadian dog or is he an American dog? It makes a difference on how you discipline him.
He's actually Canadian. I bought him last year when I was doing shooting the 3rd season. I bought him in April last year, and I got him from a pet store here. I went in to find any litters or to find out about litters of Cairn Terriers, because Cairn Terriers are supposed to be really good with kids, and I've got a lot of kids in my life. And they took one look at me and said, "Oh yeah, we've got a Cairn Terrier." And I said, "Really? Because there are no litters. I can't find any litters anywhere. You've got a Cairn Terrier here." And for those who don't know, a Cairn Terrier is like Toto in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay.
And I said, "Yeah, we've got a Cairn Terrier." I said, "Oh, have a look." And this little bundle of sootiness came out, and I fell in love immediately. But I don't know what he's grown into, but he certainly is no Cairn Terrier.
What's that? A bundle of what? Can you say that again?
A bundle of sootiness. He looked like he was covered in soot.
Yes, I think that's how my mother described me when I was born, but I just was taken aback by that.
Wait, hang on, he's about to get hit by a car. Herschel, oh my God, he's so naughty.
Get Herschel, because I will be blamed and I'll never get a painting. There'll be an association there that it will prevent me from ever achieving one of your paintings. That will not be good. Now, I want you to know on the board, people are saying what a lovely voice you have, and how much they enjoy you, and how beautiful you are.
Well, the beauty part is a lot of hard work on my makeup and hair team, I can tell you that much, because I certainly don't look a thing like I look on the show.
Maybe you can get him to do something with the guy here in the booth that's got, like, Bay City roller hair. Maybe they could come on over and help him out a little bit, do a little freelancing.
You'd be very surprised what they can do. I mean, I get picked up hours before anyone else. And, I mean, for instance, yesterday I got picked up. Hang on one second. Herschel, come here.
This is like real life. No, this is beautiful. You don't get this on David Letterman.
No, you don't.
You don't get this on David Letterman. Only here.
Yes.
And we're bringing you the intimate details of Jacqueline McKenzie's life as she disciplines her dog on the set.
He was just running towards the railway tracks, and I'm hoping it's not because he doesn't like living with me. No, so I got picked up at 6 o'clock yesterday, and I mean, literally, I walk into a makeup trailer and no one recognizes me. Even people from set don't recognize me. And they spend 2.5 hours attaching hair pieces and, you know, covering my skin to make me look darker, because I'm very, very fair-skinned, and my character's name is Diana Skouris, and she's of Greek extract, and of course my name is Mackenzie, and I'm from Irish.
How the hell are you playing Greek? Now, are you Irish or Scottish? I know you're from Australia, but you're Irish or Scottish. You're Scottish descent?
Irish. It's Irish and Scottish.
Now, I mean, we're celebrating St. Paddy's Day coming up here today, especially on the show, which is perfect to have you on, since Australia was the penal colony for Scotland and Ireland, and it's amazing that whole country was built on convicts. Of course, those convicts were sent for things like pinching a loaf of bread, you know, when people were starving, and they'd ship them off to Australia. And
that's absolutely right.
Yeah, it's amazing. And see, you turn an Irishman loose, they're not asking about technology or whatever. They just keep the Guinness coming, we'll make it work, and look at the country you built.
That's absolutely right. Whenever an English person says to me, yeah, but you're just a bunch of criminals, aren't you? Well, I just say, yes, if it means that we were stealing bread to feed our children, yeah, well, we are a bunch of criminals.
Have you ever seen the rolls? Have you ever seen the rolls of when I was in Ireland? I saw the actual transcripts of people who were sent, and they were all for things like that, literally, for stealing a piece of meat. Things like,
yeah, exactly. They would get sent to Australia in one of those amazing tall ships, and they'd be sent in inverted commas for the term of their natural lives.
Yeah.
And so, and after a while, the country is so harsh. It really was so harsh. It's full of poisonous things like snakes, spiders. I mean, I think it really is one of the deadliest continents in that regard, because most of it's desert. And,
well, it's a lot. Sydney is a lot like Los Angeles, isn't it? The lifestyle of the beach. And you've got the snakes in the forms of the agents here, so it's very similar.
Well, you know what? I think Los Angeles is a little bit like Deadwood. To be perfectly honest, I really do. Hollywood, and only because it's a bit like a gold mining town. I mean, I've shot a couple of films now in a town called Coober Pedy in Australia, and it's an opal mining town, and it's just full of the most extraordinary array of people who are all there trying to make it rich, trying to strike rich with the opals, and you don't need a degree to do it. You don't need anything. It's a level playing field, and in a way, Los Angeles / Hollywood is a bit like that too. Things can just turn on a dime, you know. There's a girl who's been cast in the show this year. She's actually from Australia, and she basically got cast one night on the Thursday night, and was up here reading the script with us on the Friday, and her life has just changed dramatically in the space of about, I don't know, 8 hours.
Well, but that is this business that you can be starving.
That's right.
And it just takes. We've had people on. It takes one yes. It takes one yes, producing a show or being cast in a show or selling a script, and overnight suddenly people are interested in talking to you. It's exciting and depressing all at the same time. Especially,
but it is that kind of thing that it must be very seductive if you are living in a town somewhere and have always thought of maybe being famous in inverted commas, not so much being an actor, but being famous. I mean, it just can happen so easily in LA. And so LA is it's like a collecting. Hang on, now Herschel is going underneath a building. Hold on.
Herschel, don't make me come over there, Herschel. I do not want to fly all the way up to Vancouver to grab you. Now, listen, you need to know that people are begging here on the board to let you know that Florian is here. And
she's a lovely chick I met Florian and Elo and Steffi. I met them in England. We went to a autograph signing convention with a whole lot of sci-fi shows, and I met them there. They're my MySpace friends.
Oh, well, that's great. And also JW is here.
The JW group from MySpace is all here for you.
If people want to call in, they can call in 310-984-7600. The number's there if you want to call.
The whole JW group is on our boards, lighting it up with tons of shout-outs and questions.
So they're responding.
That is so funny. Well, right before I came to work this morning, I posted on the MySpace that I would be here, so there they are.
Yes.
Say hello to everybody.
That's absolutely great. And so now, do you like it up in Vancouver? I know it's a bit cold, but Vancouver's an interesting city. It's kind of similar to San Francisco. Well, what are your feelings about Vancouver?
Yeah, I do. I like it very much. I mean, at the moment, I'm standing in this ginormous car lot at the foot of these amazing mountains, and there's snow-capped mountains. It's a clear day. It's not raining for the first time in years. I think I brought the Californian weather with me up here, actually. It's really cold, though, still, so I'm in a huge, big, full-length puffer jacket, and it's just magnificent, and it's just it's a really amazing place to come to work. I mean, it's still got its depressing moments as well. There's an area of downtown, which is just like a city of ghosts, where people are completely addled with methamphetamines, and I have to drive through that every day. But it's actually really depressing. It's honestly, it looks like a city of ghosts. People just walking ghost-like, and that strikes me every day, because I as I said earlier on, I get up so early to go do the makeup and the hair, and they're still all up wandering, and I have to drive through it every day, and I mean, it just keeps me humble, that's for sure.
Well, you are humble.
That's for a nice little Debbie Downer moment.
Yeah. Now listen,
I was saying that to one of
I'm going to put you on the spot because they keep asking. Steph the Chocolate Freak. Everybody here's got like a personalized license plate handle. I'm sitting beside a guy named Galactic Nar.
Hey, what can
I just have no confidence. My name is Marty. That's it's Marty Keegan. I can't think up a glorious name, but they want to know if you will sing a little bit of, hang on a second, what the hell is the name of that? Sing a bit of Shy Baby. Can you sing a little bit of Shy Baby?
I wish I knew the lines, but I can try. Let me think.
Can you hum it? Can you tap it out on the spoons?
Shy baby, why'd you have to go? Shy baby, will I ever know? There you go.
Nice.
Never heard this song. I just like you.
Awesome.
You're a very likable person. Can I tell you that?
And Jacqueline,
thank you.
No, it's true. It's true, and I don't care.
I'm just a little Aussie transplanted over into Vancouver right now.
I have to.
And I cannot tell you. I had the most extraordinary night on Monday night.
Well, now hang on a second. Everybody's getting very excited now, so talk fast and get to it, because they jump from A to Z. You said I had an extraordinary night, and somehow they think they're involved.
Well, I have to tell you why. I do have a friend on MySpace. He's on my opening page. His name's Henry Fenton, and he's an Australian singer-songwriter, and he was playing at a showcase on Monday night. So I got a little crew together to go, and this is in Los Angeles. And right at the last minute, a band called Tex Perkins and his sort of cohorts decided that they would play a gig. And it's a little bit like going to a gig for some really great bands and finding out that you too are going to do a spot. If you're Australian, that's the equivalent. So then I called up all my friends going, oh my God, Tex Perkins is playing tonight. And it was only a matter of 2 hours I had to get everyone to know. And we had them all, everyone turned up, and they played a spot for about 6 songs, because they're on the way down to the South by Southwest Festival. And then afterwards, they weren't doing anything, and I said, well, I guess I've got some sausages in my fridge and some salad and cheeses. And everybody came back to my house, and I had this impromptu party for like 30 people back at my house, and it was full of Aussies. And just going back to that whole thing about...
And there's nobody who parties more than Aussies or Canadians. They drink more, party more. It's a nation of alcoholics. If you go to Australia, am I wrong? At 5 o'clock, everybody's in the bar. Everybody's in the bar.
I don't know. I think, I don't know. I don't drink myself, so not me. I was just happy serving out food and I mean, you know, playing host to this band like U2 for me. They're just legends who have brought me the most incredible, you know, joy through their music over the years, and it was just so wonderful to be able to have this party for them. Anyway, so that was my night, and I had a couple of days off from Vancouver, and so I went back to attend to a couple of things, and it was impromptu and just fantastic. But
well, thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
It was wonderful to reconnect with some Aussie humor, that's for sure.
Now, listen, you did a movie with Russell Crowe.
This is a great movie, Romper Stomper. For anyone who hasn't seen it, I saw this in college and I was just blown away. Can you tell us about your experience on that film?
Yeah, it was my first film ever. I'd just sort of come out of acting school, and I was working with Russell, who at that point had quite a name in Australia. He'd done a few breakout films, but this really was his international breakout role in Romper Stomper. But and it was about a bunch of inner city skinheads sort of terrorizing the local Vietnamese population of Melbourne. And I didn't play a skinhead. I didn't have to shave my head, although I would have. I just played a girl that's sort of a bit of a lost waif kind of girl that hooked up with this band of marauders. And but it was quite an extraordinary experience because it was my first film, and it was with a director called Jeffrey Wright, who really, and even to this day, I think he's probably one of the best directors I've ever worked with, and he happened to be my first director. So, and I had nothing to compare it to at the time.
But did Russell throw hissy fits? Did he throw hissy fits at the water cooler?
No, not at all. It was quite extraordinary, actually.
He takes himself very seriously.
No, he's a very funny, I found him to be anyway, very, very funny, very humble guy to work with. And we had some really explosive moments in this show. I mean, we had a gang of Aussie white skinheads beating up Vietnamese kids, and you know,
always a good time.
It was very violent, and at the end of it, we'd shoot a take of a massive brawl where there's one Vietnamese guy getting his head beaten in and his fingers broken, and when they'd call cut, Russell would literally pick this guy up, dust him down, and say, "You right, mate? Everything okay? Everything good?" You know, and was just terribly generous and terribly kind. And I found him only to be that.
Now, somebody on the board is saying that he's terrific in person. It's when he gets drinking that his personality changes.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure they
know from
experience.
Which is true for a lot of people.
I'm sure everybody's personality changes. That's the point, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, the thing that people forget, too, is that they're people, you know, and Guy has a fight with his girlfriend and his wife, and he goes to the grocery store and somebody says something, and you catch him on the wrong day, and he's gruff, or, you know, he's preoccupied, his mother died, who knows? And people will perpetuate that story that he's rude, he's a jerk, he was this, he was that, and you know, people forget that people are people.
And I think also, you know, it's a bit like no news is good news, or good news is no news. Anything slightly that doesn't sound too good makes headlines, and we don't read about he's had a lot of good works. I think he's put in an amazing Olympic pool in an area up near where he lives for the local community because it's very hot where he lives.
Right.
In the country, and he put in this huge big pool so that the local kids could swim there.
Oh, that's nice.
And he's an incredibly loyal friend, I know that much. And, you know, but you don't hear that stuff because it doesn't make news. It's a bit of a shame, really. But aside from that, he's an incredible actor. My God. Amazing actor. And he really gives...
You're being asked if Russell Crowe kisses well.
I wouldn't know. I'm so blinded and numb with fear.
Oh, so so in the movie I figured that in the movie you kiss him. That's why they're asking the question.
Yeah, I did, but I get so scared before those scenes that really I have little memory of doing them.
Right.
And I think I'm almost almost numb when it happens. So I have no idea.
Now, we have other people on the boards, and they would like to know what it was like working on Without a Trace. They said they saw you in it, and you were great.
It was really extraordinary. Now, Anthony LaPaglia is married to this wonderful woman called Jacqueline, who's a very, very famous Australian actress. She was actually in Strictly Ballroom. And she and I are very good friends. And I was actually in England at the time when they were casting that, and I think someone fell out at the last minute, so they basically asked me to do it as a bit of a favour. Can you come back and do it? And I was on a plane so damn fast, I think I left half my luggage back in London so that I could work with Anthony, and he's an incredibly generous performer again. But I find that with a lot of really good Aussie actors, they're so generous and just so approachable, and they're only there to make a story happen, and as well as they can. There's not the ego associated that you hear a lot about. And he was just so wonderful to work with. But there was one funny moment. A lot of people have said on the message boards that they couldn't bear seeing me dead, lying there dead in the morgue with this Y cut on my chest from the autopsy. And I was lying there pretending to be dead, trying not to breathe and trying to get rid of the pulse in my neck because I knew that the camera was really close in. And I could hear people acting that they were crying, and Anthony was standing looking at me asking his work associate, on camera this is, in the scene, questions about how I was found. And the next minute I hear this voice saying, Jack, which is what my name is, everyone calls me Jack, and I thought they were talking to me. And I went, yeah? My head shot up.
Nice.
From the morgue table. Everyone leapt. Because I forgot that Anthony's character name is Jack, and in the scene, someone comes in and says, Jack, can you step this way, please?
Nice.
And so I kind of leapt up, and everyone got the biggest fright because this hitherto dead person had just come alive. It was very funny. And then, of course, trying to be dead when you have the giggles is a little tricky.
Yeah,
sure.
Way to be locked into your character. I'm locked in. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Now, so when does 4400 airs when does it begin again?
We've started shooting. We're shooting the second episode now, and I believe it starts airing sometime in June. I don't think they have a set air date for it.
But it's on the USA
interim,
channel.
Yeah, the USA here in America. It's on the Sci-Fi channel in Australia. I'm not sure where else it is in France, but I'm sure Elo and Florian will tell us in a minute if they hear me asking, what channel is it on in France?
Yeah, well, actually, we've got people listening from over 17 different countries, so I'm sure...
Isn't that extraordinary?
It's an amazing thing. This is... I'm a writer-director, and I'm directing my first feature... in July. Yeah, so I'm excited. So this is a great venue to come on in here and talk to people, and I was a comedian for a lot of years. And it's absolutely astounding that you've got people in Canada and Ireland, all over the United States and points beyond, all talking and asking questions, and we have a variety of different people. We've got David Lynch is coming on the show. So, it's really fascinating that people get to talk to you, and here you are in a more... down-to-earth setting and able to talk to people directly through this show. And while we're talking, we're posting pictures of you, your paintings, the show, video clips. So it's
fantastic.
Yeah, it's really, really great. We've posted your
MySpace
site so people have it to go to.
Cool.
It really is.
Fantastic.
And so it's a new technology
I think the MySpace is a pretty extraordinary. Actually, just the internet's an extraordinary venue for this kind of forum where you can talk to people who are really interested in following what you're doing, and I really like that. I like to have feedback, and I like having that. I like having that connection.
Now
ultimately, at the end of the day, it's the fans that you're doing it for.
Now, Marty, we have a phone call. Speaking of fans, we have a phone call from France.
Really?
Oh my God.
For Jack. Yeah. So
you get around, Jackie. All right, go ahead.
Hi, you're on Hollywood Babble-On with Marty Keegan and Jacqueline McKenzie. Who's this?
Sorry?
Hi, who's this?
Can you repeat?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you. Go ahead. You're on with Jacqueline McKenzie. You want to ask her a question?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Hello? Bonjour. Hello, bonjour. Hello, Jackie, is it you? Where?
Jackie, can you hear her? She's calling from France right now.
Yes, I can hear.
Hello.
Oui.
Oui, you can hear me? Okay, so I just want to say hello from all the Jackwack.
Oh, my Lord. Is that Florian or Elo?
It's Elo. It's Elodie. It's me.
Hello.
Yeah, I am really excited, Everybody is really excited on the internet. I'm so happy to hear you, Jackie.
I can hear you perfectly. Are you in Paris?
Yeah, I am in Paris, so we are waiting for you,
Oh, I can't wait. I'll be there. Apparently they're going to give me a tour of Paris when I get there.
Yeah, sure we will. With Florian, we are waiting.
All right. Very good. All right.
Brilliant.
Thank you for calling.
Bonsoir.
And thank you for answering to me. Thank you very much, Jackie. You're great. And all the Jackwacks and you big whoop.
Oh, big bisous. À bientôt.
Yeah.
Wow. That was awesome.
Je m'appelle Martin. That's it. Boy, you're all over the place. Here you are, you're up in Vancouver, you're talking in LA, and you're getting phone calls from France. I don't even think we've had that happen before.
Thank you. Well, just thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. We've had a great time with you, and you can come on any time you want. And I'm.
Oh, that's so kind of you. I tell you what. Though I have co-stars up here. They're not with me right now, which is a shame, but. We should visit again with Joel.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. That would be great. And
because I know that all those same fans just love Joel and his work, and he would love to be in contact with them too. So
sure.
We should have a session on set one day.
Yeah, well, that would be great. A lot of the people here, they love the horror and the sci-fi, and we've got James Wan coming on, who directed the Saw, and he's got the new movie Dead Silence. And we're trying to get Tobin Bell on. So
fantastic.
Yeah, and the people, it's a great opportunity for people to ask questions. So when you come on next time, people ask more questions about the show, and you'll be in the season and all of that. So
it's wonderful.
Well, I can't wait to meet you.
I believe our third season will be coming out on DVD soon as well. So. Maybe that's an opportunity.
Yeah, so we'll have a good reason, a great reason to have you back.
Absolutely, and I hope to get to see some of your paintings.
In the meantime, there's the song that we did that made it onto that second season that's being released. The soundtrack is being released on April 24, I believe. And
is it really? As a single song?
I'm really fortunate. Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to have a song on it, and that's the song that they were asking me to sing earlier on. It's a thing called Shy Baby. And I cannot tell you what a buzz it is. There's some amazing music on that album, and I think I'm being bookended by Dido and Nat King Cole. So, a little tip from Aussie land.
Jackie, hang on 1 second, because we've got another phone call for you. I don't know where it's from. It may not be as sexy as France. It may be the San Fernando Valley here, but we'll see. Hang on 1 second. Who?
We have Jamie John on the line here.
Oh, hilarious!
I'm gonna bring her on. Hi, you're on Hollywood Babble-On with Marty Keegan and Jacqueline McKenzie. Is this Jamie John?
Jamie John, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, go ahead. You've got Jacqueline McKenzie.
Hey, and I need to correct you. It's 18 countries because I'm from Texas. Yes, I'm here.
That's right. Texas is its own country. You're right. I've driven it 3 days across. Texas is the only place that you go, and if you can eat the entire steak that they give it to you for free because it's 6 pounds that they put on the plate.
I've done it twice.
Lord.
Have you really?
No, I'm kidding.
All right. What do you want to say to your friend, Jacqueline McKenzie?
I want to tell her that...
By the way, this is the lady who wants to take my painting from my mother, everybody. This is the lady who's desperate to rip the present, the first painting I ever did for my mom.
We're going to have to arm wrestle. That's really wrong because that painting's going to me.
Now
We're going
to
arm wrestle for
it. I'm not arm wrestling an Aussie. Everyone knows an Aussie can best a Texan at arm wrestling.
They cheat. They're known for that. Right. They kick you under the table.
No, Jackie, I called to tell you hello. I'll quit harassing you about the picture if you send me some Jim Jams. And
Tata Bobblehead says hello, and so does Florine because they couldn't get the phones working.
Oh, that's so cool. Hello, Bobblehead. Hello, Jamie John. Hello, everybody. These are complete nutters, by the way. These friends of mine that write to me on the MySpace and write to themselves on my MySpace, so I just keep posting their messages to each other. It's become a little bit like a forum.
I would actually call it a family, but forum, family, whatever you want.
And it's funny because a whole lot of people come reading it, and they keep saying, I want to be a part of this. I keep reading your messages, and they're hysterical, and they start writing to Jamie, John, and Flo, and Elo, and everybody. So it's quite funny. It's remarkable, isn't it?
Well, they're loyal,
and Bobblehead won't let them come in. Bobblehead's like, nope. Our family's full. You have to find another one.
You never trust a guy named Bobblehead. That's all. That's my rule of thumb. Ever.
She's a wonderful, wonderful girl, 14 years old, so you can trust her.
Ah, she's 14.
Yes, she is precious. She's just so funny.
All right.
And she loves Jackie like a cat loves cake.
I'm just trying to get her to write a novel because her messages are absolutely genius.
Who, me or Bobblehead?
Both, all of you.
Now, what's your favorite role that Jacqueline's played? Is it the TV series? Is it a movie? What's your favorite?
Oh, that's a tough one. Probably the Yaya Sisterhood one. Because the other one I saw, she got eaten by a shark, and that wasn't good. And the next one I saw, she got harpooned from the back, and that wasn't very fun either. So I'm going to stick with the 4400 because she has, like, superpowers coming. Or I'd have to say in Yaya Sisterhood. She's just really talented.
Wait, see, Jacqueline, I'm imagining it's hard for you to get a date because you're good-looking, you're a working actress, and you have superpowers. That's very intimidating to most guys.
Is it?
Yeah,
I've been trying to hook her up with Justin Timberlake, but she just won't respond.
Justin Timberlake? I thought you wanted to hook her up with a man.
Oh!
If Jacqueline's entering a dance-off...
I'm actually busy just chasing my dog. That seems to be keeping me busy right about now. He's literally taking off across the car lot towards a bus right now.
Did you ever ask him the rough question? Because I never really did get a response.
No. You could ask him yourself if I hold the phone up.
Oh, okay, well, let me know when.
He's just actually been to the hospital because he was eating goose poo that had kind of found its way into puddles, and he likes drinking from the puddles. So.
Well, hey, it's better than goose, right? Maybe he's a vegan, too.
Nice. Nice.
You know what's really strange? You know what's really strange, guys, about this phone call conversation?
Yes.
Well, you think
there's a whole bunch of things that are strange, but go ahead. You tell me what you think is strange.
Well, what's really strange about this particular one is Jamie John seems to write to me a lot, and I thought I had a sort of handle about what she would sound like, but I've got to give it to you, kids. You sound entirely different.
I'm going to take that as a compliment because I have such a thick accent.
I know that you said that you were from Texas, but I didn't believe you'd have the accent, but of course you do.
She's got the accent. She turned the word compliment into a four-syllable word.
I can't just switch it on and off.
Yeah, I reckon you could. You've got to listen to Jamie John's song she's got on her MySpace.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
I've got a lot.
I don't have an accent then.
I've got a lot. Hey, there's a lot of combined talent on that MySpace site, I must say.
Yeah.
Yes, and a lot of craziness too.
There's a lot of talented people out there. Yeah. This is a great venue, and we hope you'll come on back, Jamie, and listen to the show again.
I'd love to. Terrific. Hey, it's lucky I'm sick. I actually have the flu. The only reason I could actually be here is because I'm sick as a dog at home.
Well, there you go.
Oh, man.
Thanks for being sick.
Lord is working in mysterious ways.
The
Lord always works in mysterious ways.
That's all right. All right. Yeah. Well,
anyway.
You
got to go take some Airborne or something.
Oh, I ground it up and snorted it. I heard it worked better that way.
There you go. A home remedy we didn't think about, only in Texas. Yes. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Now
it worked for George Bush.
I'm just going to give you a visual here. I'm chasing the dog, and I'm being chased by an AD, and who's an assistant director with a headset on, and the makeup and hair people are coming up behind him. They want me to go back and get ready, so I have to, go.
All right, we all have to go.
Love you, Jackie. Thank you. It was good, and make sure that you send some stuff to Tata and Flo, because they really, really tried to get through.
Thanks, Jamie John.
Thanks.
Right.
Bye, Jamie John.
Bye, Jamie John. And
bye, Jamie John.
Jacqueline McKenzie, USA Network, the 4400. Look out for it. It's on USA Network in America, and is it M6 in
Sci-Fi Channel in Australia, right?
Sci-Fi Channel Australia.
Yeah, Sci-Fi Channel.
Okay.
And it's on Sky. I think it's on Sky One in England.
Great.
Sky One in England.
Yeah, but listen. Yes, but listen, thank you so much for having me on today. It's been just an absolute delight.
Great. I'm glad, and I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, well, I'll be back.
All right, hon.
Great.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
I'll say it in my most Australian accent. You ready?
Yeah,
All right.
hit me.
Okay, you ready? Hasta la vista, baby.
That's right. Oh, I love this girl. All right.
Have a great day.
I just love the way you say Los Angeles. It's like I'm back in Chinatown. I'm waiting for Jack Nicholson to pop his head in the door. All right. I appreciate
Yeah, all right. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say hi to Vancouver.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, she was awesome.
She was awesome. What a very down-to-earth, great girl, great energy.
Talented. I didn't know she was in Romper Stomper until I saw her MySpace page.
You've got a new person to obsess about.